Is it a gut-wrenching feeling when a player with undeniable talent just doesn't quite fit? When the pieces of the puzzle, no matter how brilliant individually, refuse to snap into place? That's the bitter reality staring down the Montreal Canadiens and Patrik Laine right now, a situation that's becoming clearer and frankly more heartbreaking with each passing day. We're talking about a crossroads moment for a star and a pivotal decision for a franchise. A brutal blow, not just for Laine, but for a team trying to find its rhythm and solidify its identity. The news that he's sidelined until 2026, with a projected return in 3 to 4 months, casts a long shadow over the Canadian season. With the Winter Olympics looming in just 3 months, his return might be pushed even further back, meaning we shouldn't necessarily expect him on the ice before the games. And in the interim, this absence created a vacuum, an undeniable opportunity for others to step up and seize crucial ice time. Laine, let's be honest, wasn't exactly eating up even strength minutes. His often erratic 5-on-5 play frequently left head coach Martin St. Louis scratching his head, struggling to slot him into a cohesive, high-energy unit. Now, St. Louis has a clean slate, a chance to sculpt lines of more defined identities, to truly build the fast, hard-working machine he envisions. It's a harsh truth in professional sports, but sometimes a temporary absence, even of a player with Laine's pedigree, can force a team to adapt, to evolve, and perhaps to find a better, more unified version of itself. Who will rise to the occasion? Who will grab those minutes and prove they belong in St. Louis's new-look lineup? The competition is fierce, and the stakes are incredibly high. But the injury, while significant, merely accelerates a conversation that's been simmering beneath the surface for months, a question that has haunted Canadiens faithful. Does Patrik Laine truly belong in Montreal? Former NHLer Antoine Roussel, a man who knows a thing or two about what it takes to succeed in this league, didn't mince words on the Sortie de Zone podcast, and frankly, he hit the nail squarely on the head. His unequivocal take? It's clear that Canadiens will not renew Patrik Laine's contract. Strong words indeed, but Roussel's reasoning is compelling, almost irrefutable. He argues that Laine's style, his undeniable offensive flair, his laser beam shot, while individually brilliant, simply doesn't align with the gritty, relentless, high-motor identity the Canadiens are meticulously trying to forge. This isn't just about individual skill. It's about philosophy, about the very fabric of the team's DNA. Kent Hughes and Jeff Gorton have been steadfast in their vision. A team built on speed, tenacity, and a collective work ethic that leaves opponents gasping for air. Where does Laine's more perimeter-oriented, sometimes disengaged, 5-on-5 game fit into that? And it's not just on-ice fit. Roussel also raised pertinent questions about his integration into the locker room. In a rebuild, culture is king. Every single piece has to fit, not just strategically on a whiteboard, but personally within the tight-knit confines of the dressing room. Is Laine, for all his prodigious talent, truly a cultural fit for what this management group is building? It's a tough pill to swallow for fans who've seen flashes of his brilliance, moments where his shot alone could change the complexion of a game, moments that promise so much. They'll argue there's still time, still a chance for things to click, for Laine to adapt. But the evidence, the whispers from within, the strategic shifts on the ice, all point to an increasingly difficult, if not impossible, path forward. The clock is ticking, and the vision for Montreal's future seems to be moving in a direction that Laine, unfortunately, isn't quite aligned with. This isn't just about Laine's current performance or his injury. It's fundamentally about the future of the Montreal Canadiens. This is the final year of his contract, and the Canadiens' pipeline is brimming with promising young talent, particularly in the top 6 forward roles, precisely where Laine ideally fits. We're talking about prospects who are not only skilled, but who embody that fast and hard-working ethos. Players who are hungry, eager, and, crucially, fitting the mold of the team's desired identity. The organization has invested heavily in this youth movement, and they won't deviate from that path for a player who doesn't perfectly align with their long-term vision. Every minute Laine plays, or rather, doesn't play, is a minute that could be dedicated to developing these future cornerstones. The injury, while undeniably unfortunate for Laine personally, also presents a complex strategic dilemma for the Canadiens. On one hand, it means they aren't forced to play him. allowing them to focus on other players and further solidify their new identity. However, it severely complicates any potential trade at the upcoming deadline. Who takes on an injured player with an expiring contract, especially one whose fit and 5-on-5 consistency are already under such intense scrutiny? The return for such a player would likely be minimal, perhaps not even worth the effort, making a trade a high-risk, low-reward proposition. So, what's the immediate priority now? For Patrik Laine and the club's dedicated medical staff, it's unequivocally his full health. That's paramount, a human element that transcends the business of hockey. But once he's healthy, once he's back on the ice, the clock will be ticking louder than ever. The writing, as they say, is not just on the wall, it's practically etched in stone. A separation within a year seems not just likely, but almost inevitable, a pragmatic decision driven by the unwavering commitment to a specific team identity. It's a testament to the brutal, often unforgiving business of professional sports, where talent alone isn't always enough. Sometimes, the grand vision of the team, the collective identity, simply demands a different kind of player, a different kind of fit. And for Patrik Laine and the Montreal Canadiens, it appears that vision is leading them down separate, albeit understandable, paths. From the ice to the diamond, let's shift gears for a moment and talk about some other incredible feats of endurance and, well, maybe a little bit of sleep deprivation. Speaking of endurance, how about the Blue Jays yesterday? 18 innings. 18. That's a record in series history for whoever had to pitch tonight. I tell you what, you gotta wonder how many of our own guys stayed up late to watch that marathon. At least they're in the West, so maybe the time difference offered a slight reprieve for those East Coast early risers. It's moments like these that remind you of the sheer grit and determination in sports, the kind of drama that keeps you glued to your screen, even when you know you'll be paying for it with a few extra yawns the next morning. What a game! And that wraps up our broadcast for today. What are your thoughts on Patrik Laine's situation? Do you agree with Antoine Roussel's assessment? Or do you think there's still a chance for him in Montreal? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more exclusive sports analysis, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring you the stories that matter most. We'll see you next time.